Hello guys, it is Jead, and FC27 might be going even more pay to win, and yet it might still be worth it, which is just crazy. We also got the full footies Team 1 to look at, which some of the cards look mental. Ibrahimovic SBC, so let's jump into it. And guys, if you want to use players like this and just need that little extra boost, then you can get your cheap, fast, and most importantly, safe FC26 coins at eldorado.gg. They have 24/7 support, a money-back guarantee, and you can use code JEAD at checkout to get another 5% off your order. Link is in the description. So I hope you've had a fantastic start to the week. Really hope you're doing well. If you're eating food right now, I hope it is delicious, man. I hope the week's just going fantastic. We used this Ferran Torres card yesterday, by the way, to start, and he is brilliant. Now, no game changer, I sort of spoke about yesterday. He is brilliant. I honestly don't think Laporte is that good with no quick step and bruiser. And Rodri's great defensive, but kind of crap attacking. But Ferran Torres, if you've got him, he is absolutely brilliant. But we're going to start with SBCs. Now, we've got one of the huge SBCs we've been speaking about all week with Zinedine Zidane. We finally got him yesterday, and yet no one cares because we got so many FC27 leaks, so many footies leaks. We pretty much got everything leaked, not only for next week, but we got a lot of stuff for next year's game. Some of you guys are going to absolutely hate it. Some of you guys might really enjoy it. Like, seriously, it's very, very interesting. Should I say it's very, very controversial? So let's start with another thing that's kind of controversial, a Zinedine Zidane. Now, this 97 Zinedine Zidane, his SBC is coming in about 450,000 coins. He's kind of already behind the power curve, which is funny, considering how good this card is. But at the end of the day, it's still Zinedine Zidane. I think I'm against the community on this one. Maybe I'm an EA bootlicker, and maybe you should all, unsubscribe and dislike, but 14 squads is egregious and it's quite expensive, 450k, and I don't think you should complete it right now, right? The first thing is that I should say, it's got 20 days on this. This is why I think it's really good. If we go and check Zidane's price on the market, yes, it's not 450k, but it's 550k. It's not that far off, so it's not like amazing value as an SBC. I understand people saying save your fodder. Zidane's dropped about 170k since this SBC came out, but it's there for 20 days. That's my main selling point with it. You don't go and complete this now. In, let's say, 15 days, we'll be 2 weeks into footies, and the pack grind would have got so much better than what it is right now. Not probably, crazily unlimited, but you basically get this free Zidane. Is he the best card on the game? No. When you get towards footies, that's not the point in the game. The point is not having the most meta cards. The point is card collecting, having some fun, unreal levels of dopamine. So I don't think Zidane's that bad, despite what people are saying, and he's massively downvoted on FUT.GG just because of the amount of squads that he costs. But what are you going to do? Make him 20k. Then we also got these two player picks here. We said we're going to get new player picks on Monday. We get a 1 of 384 plus player pick. We get a 4 of 10 83 plus player pick. If you want my honest opinion, they are both fine. I would try and do the 4 of 10 83 plus player pick every single day while it's there, repeatable times 3. What I will say with the 1 of 3 84 plus player pick, if you are looking to save this for footies for some dopamine, I wouldn't start crafting them until about Thursday because, again, player picks stop you opening packs, stop you doing the daily grind. It's always my advice for player picks. I think they're fine, but I would still go 84 doubles just through the pack grind. Completely up to you. They might be unreal dopamine come Friday, 6 p.m. with, the footies drop. Because remember, it's not just footies, it's the re-release. That is the big bit of content there. It's the re-release. Well, at least in terms of packing things anyway. Footies cards are notoriously quite hard to pack. At least, the big ones are 99s. Hence why we need an unlimited pack grind. But the re-release cards are actually packable. That is what I mean. Now, the swaps, these expire today at content, which means, of course, they should refresh, which means if you've got anything in the FOF token store, which maybe you're a couple hundred tokens away, you can get, hopefully, they should refresh, I don't know why they wouldn't, 300 tokens tonight in the FOF store, which would be pretty nice. I think I'm on about, basically no tokens in the FOF store, but you still got the gold standard Evo there if you've not claimed it. The big one for me is 10 times 81s. If you can go and do the 300 tokens from the swaps, you get, 30 of these packs. The problem is, those 91 rated cards aren't cheap, and even the 90 rated cards, right? You want to use them in other SBCs when it comes to footies. We've got some SBC objective cards already leaked when it comes to footies, but just in case you were going to go complete the swaps anyway, I don't mind the 10 times 81 come Friday. I wouldn't open anything now. We're in the full pack save season, right? Full pack save until Friday, in my opinion. Summer Stars, just the actual cards are fine across the board, but packs are just, dead. There's no weight on them. So I would save everything for footies and a re-release, which means if you are doing swaps, those 10 times 81s aren't the worst. But apart from Zidane and the few SBCs, that was kind of the main bit of content. No new Evos. We do have the Iron Sentinel expiring, but this is another Evo that barely fits any cards I actually use. Seems crap. It's massively downvoted. Iron Sentinel for 75k is awful. We got one objective, because of course we don't get a gauntlet, which means we should get, by the way, a footies Monday gauntlet coming next week. Keep an eye out for that. It might even be one of the leaked cards, I'll show you later, that we don't realise, it's a gauntlet card, and it turns out to be a gauntlet card, or maybe it will come separate. We should get a footies gauntlet next Monday. No gauntlet, that has just expired. What we did get as an objective is everyone's favourite objective. We go all the way to the right, FC Pro. If you watch some pro streams, you get some player picks. Now, I bring this up just to say, some of you guys might watch pro streams and just not realize this. So there you go. Pro streams, player picks, packs there. I just don't care about the pro scene in this game, which is never good, right? I wish the FC pro scene was better. But imagine playing FUT champs against the best people in the world. That's what the pro scene looks like to me. It's just ridiculous. If you enjoy the pro scene, you got the player picks there for watching it. For me, it's just monotonous. I hate the pro scene. Not the pros themselves, anyone like that. I just mean like the way it's set up, right? FIFA as a game professionally doesn't excite me. That's not why I got into FIFA as a kid. I got into build starter hybrid squads, not to watch people park the bus in a 5-4-1. Like, I don't care for that. Pretty much content yesterday was Zidane or bust. Let me know down below. Are you guys going and completing Zidane? Please, again, do not complete him until Footies comes out. There is no need to, but I would go and complete him when Footies comes out, unless you pack a 99 Footies Zidane, which is not in Team 1, but could come in Team 2. So as you can see, pack grind is fully started for me. I am there, all there for Friday Footies. We will be doing a tomorrow Wednesday stream at 6 PM UK time. That will be crafting stuff for Footies, getting ready, making sure you guys know what you're doing going into Footies, and maybe doing a bit of a challenge as well, opening some of the gamble packs out now, because at the end of the day, it's July. I want to have fun on this game. But then the Friday stream, the big one, 6 PM on Friday, Footies is well and truly there. So make sure you're there for the Friday stream. But let's jump into these leagues, because it's basically twofold, right? Footies leagues, FC27 leagues. Very different things, completely different games. Both of them taking over the community right now. So, as with always, by the way, with the FC26 community or the FC community, so many debates online about whether it's good content, bad content, and pretty much everyone's shouting at EA, which we all love to do. So let's start with what some of you were probably expecting to come today at content, because, well, I was, based on last year, the 99 winners Spain team. But after we recorded the video yesterday, we saw no leaks going into content for anything, so we kind of knew that after that, it wasn't going to come. But we do have official 5 Playstyle Plus 99 Unai Simon SBC coming to FC26. Now, this seems like the first 99 Spain card that we've sort of heard of, apart from the Path to Glory cards. So it's positive news that it should come today at content, but I'm not going to jinx it. It could even come like Friday with Footies, and EA want to push it until Footies, because remember, the Women's Euro one from last year came well into Footies, right? We spoke about that in yesterday's video. But look at that Unai Simon card. I believe that is the official 5 Playstyle Plus we're getting. The first 5 Playstyle Plus goalkeeper on the game. We've only just got the first 4 Playstyle Plus goalkeepers on the game with the Vizinia and the Guild cards and stuff. So we're now getting a 5 Playstyle Plus goalkeeper. Everyone will go do that SBC. EA have notoriously made goalkeeper SBCs cheap, or at least affordable, to go and complete. So I imagine that will be a must complete. But it's a sign of what's to come, right? We should be getting the 99 Spain cards. I imagine today, if you're watching this video and no more leaks have come out about 99 Spain cards, then I would say tomorrow, and I will keep saying that until we know when it's coming. We don't know. I don't know. I've got no clue. I don't know why EA would push it till Friday. You then have all the content hyped into this one ball. If we're going to stream, let's say Wednesday, why not bring it out on Wednesday? And then the people who are, you know, on the game on Wednesday have got something to do and something to grind and something to look at with the 99 Spain cards, rather than push everything till Friday. But there is the Unai Simon SBC that is coming to the game. And we've got to talk about this FC27 Ultimate Edition Plus pre-order. So there's loads of leaks going around. There's a little bit of confusion with it. People think we're getting a free Kylian Mbappe if you get the Ultimate Edition Plus, which would just be the most broken thing in the world. And it looks like we are getting an Mbappe, but we're also not getting an Mbappe, if that makes sense, right? There's a nice little graphic there we can look at, but even this doesn't cover everything, but it does cover most of what is in these versions. So we spoke about in yesterday's video, there is 3 versions of FC27, which I got wrong. I said it's the first time. I believe it did happen last year as well, or this year, but it basically wasn't like this. It wasn't an extra price, like an Ultimate Plus. It wasn't, you know, how it was kind of worded. This is now full on, EA just saying, by the looks of it at least, it's Ultimate Plus. This is the big, massive edition. So, early access on the standard edition, you don't get. Premium passes, which we'll talk about, you don't get. FC points, you don't get. 85 icon pack, again, we'll talk about it. You don't get. Hall of Foot player pick, you don't get. Remember, the player picks from the Hall of Foot, or they had loads of different names. Basically, those cards from the past FIFAs, which we've got them listed here, so you can see who they are, you don't get. And you also don't get the additional evolution slot, which, by the way, having got Ultimate Edition this year for FC26 is one of the absolute best things about getting Ultimate Edition, the extra Evo slot from the start. You've then got the regular Ultimate Edition. This is the one that a lot of you guys will be used to getting across the years. Early access, a premium season pass. It is confirmed you get the first season pass. So again, 500,000 coins or 1,000 FIFA points, and we'll work out how much all of this would cost if you bought it normally. You get 6,000 FIFA points in 3 times 2,000 installments. You get the icon pack. You don't get the Hall of Foot player pick, but you do get an additional evolution slot, which means the difference, as you can see, between Ultimate Edition Plus and Ultimate Edition is the Hall of Foot player pick, the 5 times 2,000 season FC points rather than the 3 times 2,000, and the Seasons Pass 1 to 5. 4 additional extra season passes coming with the Ultimate Edition Plus, which works out to be 2 million coins or 4,000 FIFA points worth of content. Not just better than the Standard Edition, but 4,000 FIFA points more than the Ultimate Edition, including 4,000 FIFA points more than the Ultimate Edition in the actual FC points section itself. So overall, 8,000 FIFA points worth of value, at least, with the 1 of 5 direct player pick for the Hall of Foot stuff. Which are these cards here that we saw leaked the other week, right? Pato, Bernard for storage, Hulk, Balotelli, Fellaini, Taarabt, all these cards, like Freddie Guarin from past, FIFAs and across the years and just kind of club legends. That is only going to be in the Ultimate Edition Plus. And I think EA are doing this and have put this entirely new concept in to try and sell that Ultimate Edition Plus. But for me, I saw that, and everyone was gravitating towards that one down there, right? The Hall of Foot player pick. I think it'll be similar to the champion icons that we got at the start of this year. Do you guys remember how they were just kind of obsolete, right? They weren't crazy unless you got R9 and Henry. And I think you can count the people in the world on one hand who got R9, Henry, or Ibra. So the big one for me is not only the FC points, which is still big, but the season passes is absolutely mental. If you are someone that tries to play free to play when the game comes out, like me, like you guys, a lot of you guys will be traders watching this channel from back in the day. Back in the days, it wasn't like a week or two ago when we stopped trading, but the premium passes 1 to 5, let's say you do it from the Standard Edition, if we go over to the FC points, right? That would be 5,000 FC points plus the 10,000 FC points, right? So that is going to be 15,000 FC points. That is basically, what, 12,000, so £80 there, plus a couple of these. You're looking at about £100 worth of value in just the premium passes and the FC points alone from the Ultimate Edition to the Standard Edition. And the Standard Edition comes in at about, what, 60, £70 normally every year, 70, 80, I think it's like $80, comes in about £70. That it means we don't know the prices of these versions yet. The Ultimate Edition Plus, just for those player picks alone, value-wise, in theory, could go up to like 150, 160, 170 pounds, which is like $200. That is mental. This has to be the most expensive version of an FC game or a FIFA game or any game from EA that we have just ever seen. And the worst part is that it looks like good value depending on how it's priced if you're someone that's just going to play the game 100% guaranteed. Now, why do I say that? Because the premium passes, a lot of you guys would spend on FIFA points anyway or buy with coins anyway. And if you are definitely going to play the game 1 to 5, like I'm definitely going to play the game, obviously, for the channel and the streams and stuff, unless the game's awful, obviously. It means that it's possibly good value, which is really strange, right? We don't actually have any price predictions for this, if I can find people talking about it. People reckon that the Ultimate Edition is going to be 120 to 150, you can see there, 90 to 100 for the Ultimate regular, and then Standard being £70 like it normally is. I think EA are going to make the Ultimate Edition around 110 to 120 pounds and make it, in theory, good value, which is crazy to say that after this year's game, 120 pounds is what EA are allowed to dish out the next year's game for. Crazy to say that, but when I say good value, I mean in terms of what you get if you bought it on the game. They're doing that and giving good value because they know that GTA 6 is coming out in November. So very, very sneakily, they've not just said FC points and early access and the stuff they normally do. They've said season passes 1 to 5. They've said to get this reward, to earn your money, to really feel like you've got value out of this, you've got to play the game well past when GTA 6 will come out. Because those 5 season passes would take you well past GTA 6. And I think, just from looking at this, that is their motivation. Of course, their motivation is always to make money. At the end of the day, they are a business. But that feels like the motivation behind the season pass, which I don't like, and yet I still might end up buying the Ultimate Edition Plus. Because for me, I do it for a job. In theory, I'd work full-time, but I want to do this for a job at some point, which means I can buy the Ultimate Edition. However, I mentioned an Mbappe before, which you might be questioning. So that wasn't the only rewards, the ones I've just shown you. They were mainly just the Ultimate Edition rewards. However, this is the full list of rewards. So take a screenshot of this if you want. Take a look at it, right? You get all the career mode or pro club stuff, right? All that good stuff. There's only one thing here that I actually want to show you. Well, I guess 2 things. We get an FC26 boost for the Ultimate Edition if you pre-order it, which I think we spoke about the other day. But the main one is the Kylian Mbappe down here. It just says in the leaks that we've got right now and everyone's information that Kylian Mbappe will be coming just if you pre-order the game. See this yes on here? That's if you pre-order any edition of the game, which means it has to be a loan. I've just seen people talking about it, like there's going to be a full Mbappe running around in everyone's teams. We can find the picture of it. I'm not sure we still got it here, but if there's going to be a full Mbappe running around in everyone's team, I don't think that's the case. I think essentially there's just going to be an Mbappe loan given to people's account who pre-order. So that seems to be the Mbappe news. You can see all the pro clubs and the career mode stuff there, which most of you and me won't care about. If you play career mode, there you go. And then, of course, the FC26 stuff there. Overall, guys, my genuine opinion on this is that it's shocking from EA that they're trying to make more money off the community after how bad FC26 GTA 6 went from their initial promises. And yet they're doing it in a way that people will still buy, like myself, because it gives good enough value where I would buy the stuff they're giving in that pre-order anyway. They're preloading content because they know that people are going to stop playing this edition because of GTA 6. That's essentially what they're doing, right? They're preloading the content earlier, so they make the same amount of money, to be honest, across the year, but they just make it earlier, knowing that people might have left the game by that point. That is what they're doing. Now, of course, we did say today's video is very, very two-sided, because, of course, FC27 is one thing, FC26 is another thing, and a lot of you guys want to be knowing what is coming on Friday with footies. That is my main thing. Some of you guys are asking about the collection book coming on Friday. We will be doing it on share screens as well, and I think we will. Why not? Basically, from Friday to Sunday to Wednesday when we are live for Footies Team 1, whatever we open on my account, whatever we open on SharePlay, on your guys' account, we're going to try and complete not only the Footies collection book, but also the full re-release. Whatever gets re-released on Friday and re-released in general, we'll try and complete it. So get yourself to the streams. Maybe you can help us out on completing those collection books. But we've got the first SBCs leaked, and we've got basically the full team leaked and some other stuff as well. So Di Natale and Sega are coming in Footies Team 1. Now, I don't think these are the official stats, but what is interesting is what are these going to cost? Because I think Footies, you cannot overprice SBCs, right? People are there for a grind, 100%, but don't then make it a 20-squad SBC. Di Natale has had no love on this game since about Ultimate Scream. They get the fantasy card. Normally a fan favourite. He's kind of like Eusebio to me, where since the addition of playstyles, he kind of fell off a little bit and just doesn't get used as much like most of the heroes and icons. Sega, of course, had that team of the year that was absolutely brilliant on this year's game, but naturally she just won't bring a lot of hype to people as an SBC. But they're the first two ones we got leaked. And now this says SBC objective on Sega. I believe these are both going to be SBCs. And by the sounds of it, these could be like the Friday SBC. Like, especially Di Natale, he could be the big Friday SBC that comes out to get people hooked on content. So we will take a look. But that was not the only Footies leaks we've got so far. These seem to be all of these Footies, or at least most of the Footies SBCs objectives that we're going to start to see in Team 1. And we already know where some of these are going to be. For example, Griezmann and Muller, we seem to know are going to be in the token store, whereas Di Natale and Ibrahimovic. There's that Footies Ibrahimovic SBC that EA have decided to troll with. Ibrahimovic is coming as a Footies SBC as well, with Ferland Mendy, who has just gone under the radar this year. He is back, although still not lengthy. Maybe he is not, you know, rat at Footies for once. Renato Sanchez is back. Of course, Victor Munoz, the best winger in the Premier League, is there, and then Marco Reus as well. So some of these will be token store, like Griezmann and Muller. Some of them will be SBCs. Possibly some of them will be objective as well. So for the ones in the token store, if you do want a Griezmann, a Munoz, and Muller, I think they could be the three ones in the token store. Again, save your Footies tokens, maybe save your champs tokens to see what's going to come out in that champs store as well, which I think you guys should be doing anyway. I don't think you should be spending your tokens right now on the game. There is genuinely no reason to. There is no hype right now with Summer Stars, but save your tokens. And yeah, I did mention at the start that Ibrahimovic SBC. I kind of half lied. Ibrahimovic is coming as an SBC, and Ibrahimovic, like Ibrahimovic, is coming in the team. But it's not the one that you want. I'm sure you guys would have wanted an Ibrahimovic Footies as the SBC, so you actually felt like jumping on this game and grinding for a card. And no, they've made Ibrahimovic as the SBC and Ibrahimovic in the team. But there is some crazy cards coming, so I guess it's not too bad. First one being, yeah, Footies Claudia Pina is coming. That was the most banked on, you know, 100% card coming to Footies. If you don't know how Footies works, if you're new to this, EA always make Footies, and what it was originally designed as is the community's promo. Footies originally started off by the community voting for cards that they have used as gold cards all year in their teams, and then they would come at Footies as the end to sort of celebrate that year of FIFA. Hence, we got Footies like Chris Smalling or Eric Bailly back in the day and stuff like that. Footies Pina was guaranteed to come, and yes, she probably will be a 98 or 99 because, you know, whether you like it or not, she's been the top dog card on this game. And to fit in with how Claudia Pina has been on this game, EA should and will make her finesse shot, low driven, incisive, rapid or quick step, or rapid and pinged. The whole point of Pina has been a rat, so she will come as a broken card and just be in packs, because again, EA, despite it being nearly August, still want to sell some packs. But of course, she's not the only one. Van Dijk coming is probably a 99, a Paul Pogba coming. Footies always comes out, and it's the one promo where EA probably don't have to hold anything back. At the end of the day, it's the last promo of the game. They don't have to try and think about anything power curve for a next promo. They can full on just let go and be like, right, everything is coming in this Footies promo. And the full team looks absolutely mental. If we zoom in on some of these cards here, I mean, it has to look mental. At the end of the day, it's Footies. I don't know what we're really expecting, but you guys get my point, right? If we zoom in on some of these cards, we'll start at the bottom, work our way up. You've got an Isaac Toure, that 6'9" centre-back that we've all got an Evo of. A Gabriel Silva card and Collins from Silver Stars back in the day. Some of these cards here I don't care too much about. A lot of these cards are Silver Stars people used early on in the tournament and then kind of got forgotten about. You've also got Ramirez, Ethan Mbappe, Bellingham. They've had some crazy Evos this year. Same with Iosi Perez. Again, fitting the Footies theme. Van Ewijk, Silver Stars. Gabriel Jesus, I feel like it always gets Footies, but this year he wasn't used too much. Harry Maguire, my absolute GOAT, he is coming as a Footies as well. Shaqiri, Milinkovic-Savic, and then we get to the big boys up top. Insigne is beautiful. Colin Wani, don't care too much about. Chloe Kelly, my GOAT. Stanway, blue hair Chewinga, which, if she's not lengthy, I will riot. It might be August, but I still want my lengthy girls at right wing and left wing. Immobile, up front, Simmons, Walker, Frimpong, Diaz, and then Pogba, Valverde, Van Dijk, Claudia Pina. And that is just the players, right? We've also got some icons coming to footies as well. You can see here Maradona, Ronaldinho, Ibrahimovic, Ginola, Vidic, Abili, Cech, Hamshik, and then Mika Richards. Big ones there being Maradona coming after they made us grind an objective for a 5 playstyle plus one. Ibrahimovic coming as an SBC. Ronaldinho coming to replace Migrate to the game one. And as you can see, all the cards listed there. So Footies does look to be, kicking off with a bang, but if it didn't, then we'd all be disappointed. What we really want to see with Footies is what is in the re-release, what is the pack grind like, what is actually playing the game like. Gameplay is interesting with Footies because it almost just takes a backseat, even for the gameplay guys, right? It's nice to use these cards in game. But the whole reason we're doing a collection book on stream is we're now full on, match attack season. This is about collecting the best rated cards, trading if you still want to trade, like lazy selling, getting coins for the Evos and stuff, and overall just having a good time on the game. It's pure dopamine, right? So the gameplay kind of takes a backseat. What is the content grind going to be come Friday, come Footies, and what is the re-release going to be? We've got the full Footies team leaked. We have heard absolutely zilch on the re-release. If we didn't get a re-release, I mentioned the re-release so much recently, is because re-release is what makes the bad side of the game feel good. It's what makes an 84 times 10 feel like dopamine and feel like something worth opening, rather than just getting golds and then every now and then getting a Footies. Now, I'm sure in tomorrow's video we will talk about which of these cards are getting 99s. Basically, the way Footies worked last year was, it was 99s and the rest. The rest of the cards were definitely packable, right? You could do the pack grind and definitely get them. Even the 98s. 98s were very, very packable. The 99s were super duper rare. When you got a 99, you were hyped. EA made those cards rare. So I'm sure cards like Van Dijk, Pogba, Pina could be the 99s. Like Ronaldinho, Maradona, they could be the 99s. And if they are, they're the ones you are working towards. The rest of the cards normally somehow turn into fodder. Now, there's a big thing that comes along with this Footies team that we mentioned yesterday. What you'll start to see in these leagues is that there is no playstyles on the card. So the first time ever, Footies is coming as a full customizable team. How many playstyles is it going to be? Well, it surely has to be 5 playstyles. You guys seen before that first leak about Unai Simon getting a 5 playstyle plus goalkeeper card. And EA normally limit goalkeeper playstyles, which means if they're making Unai Simon 5 playstyle plus, you'd think all of these cards have to be 5 playstyle plus. And as we did mention yesterday, keep a really, really close eye on the evolution section, specifically the sections like the National Pride and the Playstyle plus Evo Lab. All this Playstyle stuff at the end, because right now this is obviously capped at the standard Playstyles that we've had for ages, where it's 3 Playstyles and then 8 white Playstyles to make 11 total. Then you've got the Glory Hunter ones being a 4th. We mentioned this yesterday, but we're getting closer and closer to Footies. This has to change at some point, and this looks like it is set in stone. We have no information on this going to a Footies Playstyle Lab, but we know it's going to go to at least 4 Playstyle Plus, but surely has to go to 5 Playstyle Plus, unless EA give us a whole new section called the Footies Playstyle Lab, and then both of the cards are split. But to be honest, I would not hate it at all if they just combined this into one, made it 5 Playstyle Plus, because all these National Pride cards, all these Foot Birthday cards, all these cards like Glory Hunters, are not going to be all of a sudden the best cards in the entire world and break the meta curve and just be insane because the 5 Playstyle Plus. If Footies is going to be 5 Playstyle Plus anyway, it doesn't matter. So let me know what you boys think about the FC27 stuff. Are you guys thinking of getting the Ultimate Edition, Ultimate Plus Edition, Standard Edition, neither edition, and just playing GTA 6? What is your honest thoughts? Let me know down below. Let's see what the split is between you guys, because this is very, very interesting to me. For me, the decision's a lot easier, because I can just get the Ultimate Edition Plus, and I'll be honest with you guys, I can write it off as a tax write-off if I want to. For me, I don't want to count myself in this. Content creators are very lucky, and this is not who this is aimed at, right? Content creators talking about this and saying it's a good idea, Ultimate Edition Plus, need to be, just take them away to prison, because that's not the point. Content creators benefit from this. It's you guys, right? This should be £120, $150. Who knows what it's going to end up being? It's going to be too much, right? Even for you guys that are, let's say, 14, 15, 16 maybe. How are you meant to afford that? Imagine you turn to your mum and dad and say, can I have $150 for the new game? They look at you a little bit funny. That is not what it's for, and that is what it's turned into. So let's see. I think a lot of you guys are going to probably say Standard Edition or maybe Ultimate Edition. And to be honest, I think a lot of you guys are probably going to say, I'm not going to get it at launch because that is just too expensive, which I fully understand. But let's talk about the last bit of the market on this game, because these cards, like we look at Mbappe, are only heading one way. It's what we predicted, but it wasn't much of a prediction. These cards are only going to head one way, and I believe we could see a little bit of a bounce on these cards out of packs with Footies, which sounds really funny to say. Footies drops and these cards are going to rise. It's just because people might panic sell them the day or two before, and then have a little bit of a bounce. People want to use them in the Footies Weekend League, and then they keep dropping after that. But just keep an eye on that, right? If these cards drop heavily, heavily, and Mbappe goes down, let's say to 2 to 2.5 million before Footies, I'd keep an eye on it, right? I don't see him going that low, but I just mean if people completely panic sell because of some of the footies leaks we get, he could definitely bounce back up into weekend league. And that goes to the rest of the cards. But as always, we take a look at someone like Tchouameni. These cards are 20. Oh, actually, I'd avoid Tchouameni because he's 25k. Still, they've not updated his price range. EA amaze me sometimes. Maybe Upamecano is a much better example because he's 24k. These cards like Upamecano that are 24,000 coins are still, as we've said, every single day are the best to lazy sell. So I'm not going to go into that again, but lazy selling is still brilliant on these cards. So why would you risk going for an Mbappe? I just know people will ask me about these cards out of packs. And the big thing with the market I wanted to talk about is kind of more an honest one-on-one conversation with you guys when it comes to the rest of the game now on footies. Some of you guys on streams in these videos ask me in the comments or in the chat on streams, Jead, I've got this card, I packed tradable Mbappe, I packed tradable him or her, do you know what I mean? Maybe it was back in the day you got a tradable Rodri, let's say. It could be a good example. And you go, sell or keep? Gee, do I sell or keep this card? Where do I put my coins? Where do I invest it? I've tried to be clear for a little while now. Just enjoy the rest of the game. We're going to keep making coins when we can. And obviously, you've seen on my account, I've been very inactive on making coins because I don't enjoy that part of the game when we get towards footies. Because I think that people investing in this part of the game are not enjoying it, in my personal opinion. Sell or keep? Change that question into use or keep. Let's say you got this 99 Rodri. Are you going to use him in your team and be excited to use him? Okay, then use him. If not, I said use or keep. Use or sell. If you're not going to use this Rodri in your team, then you would sell him. And let's say you got 98 Mbappe today. Let's say today, after this video, you go and open one pack, tradable, and you get 98 Mbappe. Are you going to use the Mbappe and enjoy him? No? Then sell him. If you are, then keep him. That is where we are with the game. Footies, if you've never played it before, is about purely just enjoying the dopamine of FC, how it was kind of meant to be. The start of the game and the end of the game are the best 2 points, in my honest opinion. So enjoy it for what it is. I understand we're going to talk trading. We always do trading on this channel, and we will still do it into footies, right? I guarantee I'll mention lazy selling on every video until the end of time, until probably FC27 comes back out. I guarantee I'll mention that you should sell cards because it's going to crash. I'm going to keep talking about it because it's what we do, and I've still invested in it. I still want to see what the market does. I still go and check on prices like Mbappe, but just know the answer is pretty much going to be in streams and in YouTube comments from now on. Do you want to use the card? No, sell him, right? If you're on 1 or 2 million coins, you're going to ask me, how do I make more? My honest answer is going to probably be lazy sell and then keep the rest of the coins for EVOs and SBCs that come out that you want to complete. Play the game for pure dopamine and enjoyment and worry about trading much, much more for the start of FC27 when we'll have loads of new stuff coming out and it'll be a completely new cycle again. Footies is about the pack grind. It's about packing those new cards. We're going to get the official stats leaks very, very soon for these footies cards, and that's going to be very hyped until we see the Claudia Pina leaked. We're going to get more FC27 leaks, and I'm sure we'll react to the trailer this week, so subscribe if you want to see that. I'm sure we'll do an FC27 trailer react. We'll try and maybe even do it on a live stream, see what you guys think as well. It'd be interesting to get your opinions, because I know that I'm a little bit isolated when it comes to, you know, FIFA being a content creator and all that stuff, so I want to know what you guys think about the FC27 trailer when it does drop, so we might do that on stream as well. But overall, boys and girls, have a fantastic rest of your week. Go and enjoy it, man. We're still in the summer here in the UK. Go and enjoy it, and I'll see you all in a bizzle.